So I thought I might make a quick video vlog and talking about the concept of dreams and dedication, having them both synchronized and working synergistically with each other. And I really think a dream without a battle plan is really just a dream that will always remain a dream. And having dedication but without a dream, it's kind of like being diligent in things that might not need to be done diligently at all. So again, it's having them both working in harmony with one another. And if you actually break down the word dedication in its Latin root, it actually means devotion. And if you actually look at the word devote in its Latin root, in its early origins of the word, it actually meant to vow upon something. And then in its later Latin roots, it actually meant it meant consecrate. And I'm going to go to both words in a sec. So to vow upon something, kind of like how Batman did with his parents to avenge his parents' death. He made a vow, to strike terror into the hearts of criminals in Gotham. And when you look at the definition of the word vow, it actually means to make a solemn, unyielding promise to yourself to commit towards something. And then consecrate actually means to make an excessive devotion and to put all your energy into something, use all your time, all your resources to make something happen for a specific purpose you've cultivated for yourself. And if you actually look at the word consecrate, when you break down the syllables of it in its Latin root, it actually means to put an excessive amount of force towards something you're dedicated to, which is sacred. And I treat my dreams like they're sacred. They are like holy to me. They have so much value to me. They provide me with so much motivation every single day, so much drive to keep me hungry, and as well they give me a sense of purpose. They reinforce your sense of purpose and your warrior ethos, the things, the characteristic traits you have to harness and hone in every single day to make it happen. Because without that execution, in the long term, it makes it very, very difficult. And this is kind of coming back to the purpose of the concept of dedication. The reason why we have to cultivate and hone in on our own dedication towards our dreams is because without that, life almost becomes very meaningless. And I've said this before, I really think the meaning to life is to live a life of meaning. It's working on things that mean something to you. If your dreams don't mean anything to you, I think that's a real bull. That doesn't even make sense. You have to be passionate and be willing to do the work every single day. And I think the big thing I want to harp on this video with dedication is you have to be willing to look at your daily routine. I think this is something I've really been quite passionate towards recently, is trying to really harness the little segments in my day where I could improve upon something, or I could add another skill set in there, or add a small discipline in there. And until you change your daily routine and what you do day by day, it makes it very difficult to see where you might be in the future. And I think it starts just in a day-by-day process. And it's kind of, I can't remember what proverb this is, but a little by little, I think it might be a Danish proverb, I don't know. But yeah, and in this quotation it says, little by little, a little becomes a lot. And again, it's harnessing that daily routine. I really think that is the main purpose of dedication, that you repetitively do these fundamental, warrior type habits every single day, not in the sense of fighting people, but in the sense that you're honing in on discipline, you're honing in on courage. For me, like, that means working out at least nearly every day. It means logging food every day. It means writing my goals down, keeping to-do lists, keeping myself accountable towards something so I can hone in on it every single day. Just for example, this is my daily routine for today. Written all what I need to do down, all the times I need to do down, and then I take it off. And then there's a food log there. Again, without changing that daily routine, whatever you do now, that kind of compounds over time, whatever it might be, whether that be something good or whether it's something bad. Again, there's that compounding effect. But if you kind of compound it, if you compound it on the back end, it actually begins to multiply and get stronger. If you do it on the front end, what I mean by that is, if you try and shortcut the system, if you try and do something, for example, a big thing with working out is taking steroids. Again, I've never been a fan of them, but I know loads of my friends who do them and stuff like that, who are extremely big, extremely lean. And for me, I'm not really into being that big and that lean. I have no desire to be 60% body fat all the time and 250 pounds. For me, I like putting the work in, knowing that I'm doing it on my own, that it might be able to trigger someone else to do the same thing. And I'm not getting into a whole harp on steroids, but just for an example, if you shortcut the system, if you just rely on that external element to be your fix, and you're saying, hey, oh, this is the thing, and you're actually putting in a tremendous amount of work, but subconsciously you're actually saying, it's this magical potion, whatever it might be, that you're kind of shortcutting the process of actually putting in the work, of actually doing it off your own accord, doing it for yourself first, not trying to gain the agreeability of other people. And the thing with taking things like that, where it enhances you, the moment you take it away, you lose a tremendous amount of the results it brought you in the first place. And that's why I like being a natural athlete, if you want to call myself an athlete, but is because that you keep your results. The stuff you can make, you can still get in a phenomenal shape naturally. I'm getting a little bit off topic, but my point being, like, that you're trying to harness things that you can maintain in the long term. I really think that we create our habits, and then our habits create us. And by just cultivating these small refinements every day, and if you look at the word refinement, for example, as well, it's to purify something, to remove all impurities or unnecessary elements from ourselves. And that's what I mean. It's about being pure, wholesome, at peace with yourself. And again, it's just cultivating these small disciplines, whatever it might be. For you, it might be taking 10 minutes at the end of the day to just read 5 pages of a book, for example. It might be researching other job opportunities for 5 minutes a day. And, by making it kind of like a low entry or low barrier discipline. What I mean by that is something where it is so small that you can actually get momentum and actually initiate that course of action. For me, I wanted to make a discipline out of reading 5 pages or listening to 15 minutes of an audiobook, and then 5 pages obviously of a physical book every single day. And I managed to keep it up because I started out with 1 page and then increased it to 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. And then with the minutes wise, just from say 5 to 10 to 15. And by making it a low barrier, low entry discipline at first, you can compound that. And it just, the discipline at first becomes so small and so easy to initiate. It doesn't feel like you have to build yourself up so much to try and take it on. It doesn't require so much willpower to get started. And by doing that, you break, the initiation is always harder than the actually maintaining it. I think once you cultivated it over about, a 30-day period, it becomes like second nature, and it runs on autopilot then. So again, by having a low barrier, low entry discipline, you can cultivate your daily routine every single day. So like, it might be 1 week you focus on reading, like I said, 5 pages of the book every week. Next week, you might focus on, I want to go to the gym every other day. Awesome. Right, so for that week, you focus on that discipline. And then until you've actually harnessed that discipline, then you move on to the next one. And again, you start actually building the foundations of a very successful, very productive day. And that way, what you do daily maximizes where you can be in the future. It kind of comes back to the Kaizen principle that you actually, I'm sorry, fumbling over my words, the art of continuous betterment, that you make small improvements every single day. And it's the details what make the design of your actual dreams. So again, it might seem incredibly overwhelming. Like something for me, like I said, I'm just harnessing at the moment things what I can improve my speeches, my writing, and hopefully somewhere down the line I want to try and do another website and stuff like that. So I'm creating as well to try and build a healthy body as well, and to try and keep my stress levels at peace at bay. I'm doing things at the moment. So for example, I try and meditate every single day now, which I do consistently. Listen to some audiobook every single day, some physical book every day. I try and read. I try and go to the gym every day. And I also try and keep up my uni work, and also trying to write a book at the moment as well. So I'm trying to, again, but you do this consecutively over time, and you don't move on to the next discipline until you maximize the other. And usually it takes about, again, like, we're not waiting until it becomes necessarily a habit, because usually it takes 30 days to become a habit. But what I mean is you add just one discipline every week, and then it becomes slightly easier to adopt that habit. So hope you guys have enjoyed that video. And again, we're trying to be devoted to our dreams. This is the one thing which is going to provide us with so much value in life and so much meaning. And there's a really great quotation I really like using, which is, no matter how close you get to the horizon, we're always one step ahead of you. And when I think about that quote, I think, like, kind of like with Newton's one of its laws of thermodynamics. He said, you know, energy can't be created nor destroyed, just transferred from one form to another. And you know, it's kind of like, imagine two cars on colliding with one, and the energy gets transferred into, you know, the other car. And I kind of feel that way with our dreams and our goals. You know, hitting one, when you achieve one and you feel that just pure euphoria of achieving something, that inspires you and it refuels you with so much energy. All that sacrifice you put in, all that energy you had put in with that goal, you devoted yourself to it, you put all your time, resources, capabilities into achieving that one goal. It inspires you that, oh, I can. It reinforces, I should say, you know, that can-do attitude as opposed to I can't do something attitude, and it makes you want to go after another goal. And that's when you get in that really good successful cycle